listening to one of the neighbor's dogs whining for about an hour, I decided I needed to get away into the bush. So I'm heading out to the pond beyond Crystal Lake. This trail leads up to a lookout, so I'm going to take it today. And I'm wondering if I'll see any Indian pipe in here, that white plant that doesn't require any sunlight. Because I've seen it in here before. Thought I might see some here today, but not seeing anything at this point. About here that I saw it last time. So we'll see. Unless it's over here somewhere. I also saw some blue, purpley blue mushrooms in here once too. Don't know if they'll be in here now because it's been kind of dry, but we did have a heavy rainfall yesterday all day. So it might have inspired some mushrooms to erupt. We'll see. I think it was about here that I saw them last time. Nothing blue or purple is kind of speaking out to me here. I think might be out of luck today. Never know. Sometimes I don't see anything on my way in, and then on my way out I'll notice it. So we'll see. We'll see. I like this lookout up here. There's a trail that heads down there. If I follow it, it'll take me over to another lookout over Slipper Lake. But I'm not planning on going there today. Usually it's pretty marshy in there in the summertime. So there in the distance is Slipper Lake, which is where I was the day before yesterday. And that's just one tip of the lake. So here we are on a nice rocky outcropping. And you can imagine in the fall, this is quite colorful in here. This is mostly hardwood bush. Some maples starting to turn right there. It's about 3:25 right now in the afternoon. Just perfect hiking weather. I mean, the temperature is just right. Very little humidity and just the right temperature, so I don't feel like I, need to strip my clothes off of me or anything. I wore long pants because I wasn't sure if I was going to get into some brush that would be against my legs, so it's nice that it's cool enough for long pants. Well, so you can imagine how beautiful this is in the fall with all these hardwood trees in here. I mean, the maples, it's all mostly maple. There's some oak and of course birch. So yeah, it's a really good day for walking. Gotta watch where I'm walking though, because there's rocks in the ground that if it trips you up, I don't think it'd be a very pretty sight. Especially if I'm holding the camera up. You can see me falling. Oh, here's the spot. They have pitcher plants down in here. We'll give it a check. Let's go down in here and see if we can find any pitcher plants in bloom. There they are. And there are some in bloom. Right there. See them? See if I can get around the other side of them. Got to watch where I'm stepping though. I don't want to step on any of the pitcher plants that are in here. They do a good thing eating undesirable insects. So there's a couple side by side and a taller one up there. They're just such an odd looking flower, eh? Because it's like they've got no face or something, or the petals are on the outside, and I don't know how to explain those. Like, that is such a odd looking shape, eh? They got these outer petals here, and then this other kind of strange looking, almost looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4 5 petaled clover with that kind of a, looks like a little orange sponge in the center there. I love these plants. And then of course you got the leaves down here. I don't know if they're better in the shade. You see the leaves down there, so those fill up with fluid. I think you can see some water, and then you'll get insects in there that drowned or something, and the plant absorbs the nutrients. Just a fascinating plant. I was delighted the first time I ever walked down here and found these. Absolutely delighted. And while I'm down here looking at these pitcher plants, you can see this is Crystal Lake, which I think is just an absolutely spectacular lake. It is so beautiful and so peaceful most of the time. Occasionally a ATV will drive by, but very, very seldom. And I've seen beaver in here too, so yep. And it's just out my back door. I just half an hour walk and I'm at Crystal Lake. There's a couple of more blossoms. They're taller, not in the same color range right now. Just a short little step away from the other ones. Lovely. Somebody's flying a bush plane out there this afternoon. If you hear that motor, that's a plane. He's been flying quite a bit this afternoon. Mind you, there's quite often around between 2 and 5 I'll hear bush planes over the lake. And I'm back out on my trail. Oops, just had a big deer fly on my shoulder. That's what made me move the camera. Along this trail there are a few of these in the bush, old cars from bygone era. So I think there might have been roads in here back when the mining was happening that these vehicles were driving on, and they had accidents and just left the vehicle here. So that looks like something from the 1960s, I think, or maybe 70s, back when the mining industry was in full force in Elliot Lake. Just basically over this next hill is the pond that I'm going to, Big Beaver Pond. Maybe we'll get to see a beaver today. That bright patch up ahead, that's where the pond is. Before we go to the pond over there, I'm going to take you down to the edge of Crystal Lake again. This is a really pretty area down in here. Pretty scenery. Sometimes there's cute little mushrooms down by the water's edge. So now this is the way to the pond. The beaver pond has shrunk considerably. There's a turtle basking on a log in the pond, or at the edge of the pond. I've Been here when I've seen about 30 of them all out basking. I'm not seeing any beaver activity. There goes a hawk. There's a whole bunch of pipewort in here, but it has been made dry by the evaporation of the water around it, I guess. These yellow with the pink blush berries are cranberries that haven't quite ripened yet. Wild cranberries. I've come off the beaten trail, and this is a spot where there were a lot of mayflowers in the spring. Don't know if I'll see a beaver. Often see them in here, but right now there's some of that fluffy white plant that grows around marshes. Looks almost like a cotton batten or a cotton plant. Can't get close to it though, because it's always out on a little island in the pond. The grass with the white tufts on it is common cotton grass. This is what I mean by being off the beaten path. I have to kind of move my way through brush that's not cleared to get out, back out to the trail. Lots of ducking and squishing. No danger of getting lost. It's not that far in, and it terminates at the pond, so you always have to go back out the way you came in. There's very little other area to walk in. That bright spot, that's back at the trail where the ATVs travel and where I do most of my walking. This trail is on the other side of the pond. When I was showing the cottony plants beyond that, on the other side. So along this trail there's a spot here where I like to get down close to the pond. So I go in here. And, oh, a duck just took off. I usually scare up some kind of wildlife down in here. There's a beaver lodge over there. So we'll see what we can see. Here are some of those pink flowers. Wood Calamint. And here's some Indian cucumber. Starting to turn red. There's a whole bunch of it in here. There's a patch of pearly everlasting with some goldenrod along this pathway. So I'm walking back home, and I've decided to stop a little bit here at the edge of Crystal Lake. It is so beautiful. Another stop on my way back, again at the edge of Crystal Lake. The water is so still today, beautiful reflections. Heading back up the trail from Crystal Lake. Not too far from home now. Maybe another 15 minutes, 10, 15 minutes.